Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. If you want to follow along, we'll be in the 29th chapter of Proverbs and looking at a couple verses here that are very good comfort counsel for believers today. As we think about a wise man has a he desires that justice be done. He desires safety, justice, those kinds of things. But because he puts his confidence in the Lord, he doesn't. He's not. He has faith. He has confidence in the Lord. He's not constantly worrying and twisting in the wind over what might go wrong. And so the writer of Proverbs here is going to deal with that issue. Verse 25, the fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. When a man, when we live constantly in fear of what could happen, of what might happen, and the word fear there means to tremble. We fall in, he says it's a trap. That fear will control us. I guess we've all seen or read about cases of people who were so overwhelmed with fear they wouldn't go out of their house, or their fear literally trapped them and held them hostage. Fear of certain animals or things that just that just holds them captive by that fear. And he says the fear, the Bible teaches us that God doesn't give us the spirit of fear. Man is only born, I've talked about this before, man is born with two natural fears. You put a baby in a room full of rattlesnakes, it doesn't faze him. But loud noise and the fear of falling. Those are two. If you hold a baby and you all of a sudden kind of act like you let it feel like it's falling, it'll jump, it'll holler. If you make a loud noise, they'll cry. Other than that, they don't have a fear of lightning. They don't have a fear of spiders. They don't have a fear of elevators or any of the other fears that man has, that we have developed. And so it's a trap. The writer says. But when we put our trust in God, he says we're free from that trap. We don't have to. We won't have to be trapped by those things that would hold us captive, knowing that greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. Man seeks the pleasure or the approval, the approval of other men, of those in authority, those in power, whatever. But or even in the court system, whatever. And there's a time and a place for all of that. But the priority here of a wise man is that he has the pleasure of God. We know as believers that ultimately the courts may not prosecute, the district attorney may not prosecute, the man may lie and cheat and steal to get the promotion, whatever. But ultimately, God will have justice. Every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. Righteous people, wise people, he says, do not approve of, do not like, hate an unjust man is an abomination to the just. A wise man, a righteous man, hates wickedness. Abomination is pretty much the strongest word that could be used there. It just makes a righteous man sick to see the wickedness that is around us when people live wicked lives. And we could sum up really, I guess, this chapter by saying, really, I guess, all of the book of Proverbs. And that a wise man, he just does what's right. And whatever happens, he leaves it up to God. There's a saying it's not exactly appropriate for this, but I've like the military. I've heard military people, soldiers say, kill them all, let God sort them out. That's really drastic, and I shouldn't use that. But the mindset of a Christian is let God sort it out. Just do what you have to do what is right, live by the Word of God, live by his principles, what he teaches, and don't worry about what the other man's doing. A better saying than my last one is this one: "It's not my circus, it's not my monkeys." How other man chooses to live his life, how the decisions he makes, I'm not going to have to answer for those, but I do have to answer for mine. And so, let God sort it out. Don't worry about it. Don't fret about it. Let God sort out all those other things. You live according to the Word of God. Do everything you possibly can to be wise, to be righteous, and let God sort out the rest. All right. Have a good day. Hope that helps you, and we'll see you here tomorrow morning.